What?
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 Hello guys and welcome to another episode of the Third Wheel Podcast. We are back again with the same criminals. I've got Jeffrey and Katie Cowledge.
Yay!
How you guys?
Very good.
Thanks for the
Very
enthusiasm guys.
I'm really good. Now we're good, man. We good.
Alright. Some good news guys, if you have already checked out 2:48 AM.
Yeah.
Our podcast features there. One of the few English podcasts in Kuwait. So good job guys.
Yeah.
First of all, we'd like to thank everybody who's been listening to our podcast, downloading. We've got even better news for you. In the weeks to come, you would find our podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. So stay tuned to that and make sure that you subscribe to our podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Now, guys, diving straight into our topic for today. By the name of this or the title of this topic, you already know what we're talking about. We are getting ready for Endgame.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go straight away into the first question. We've discussed this a bit before. Thanks for the cat calls, Justin.
It sounded like a cow.
All right, we're going to go straight into the topic. We've discussed this briefly in our previous podcast. But my first question to you guys is, who is your favorite superhero?
Yeah, I think I already mentioned it in a previous pod. Thor.
Oh.
He is freaking a beast in real life and not in real life. I mean, obviously the movies. I mean, in fiction.
Why do you like Thor so much?
His badass superpower is God of Thunder, even though Thunder is just a noise, so he should really be the God of Lightning. But let's not say anything. He's just the God of sounds.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. No, he's just badass. I mean, all the strength that he has is, I think, the strongest. I mean, out of the current ones, or on par with Hulk, and he's just freaking like good looking for all the ladies out there. And he's also funny. One of the few in the Avengers.
All right, cool.
What about you?
Yeah, what about you, man?
Well, for me, in the Marvel universe is Daredevil, but in the MCEU, the cinematic universe, actually, I would say it would have to be just a slight edge to Captain America.
What?
Yeah. So initially, I loved Tony Stark, Iron Man, but then over time, I just had a lot of respect for Cap. It's just that he sticks with his principles. He always does the right thing for him and his team. At the end of the day, it's also for America, which is
Or just the world.
But then he's greedy for a reason because he sticks to his beliefs, and he's like he wants to always be a war hero kind of a thing. Like he wants to make an impact. So that's kind of inspiring as well. Yeah. What about you, Vali?
For me, I think it's always been Iron Man. For some reason, I think it's based on my personality. I love technology and I get fascinated by all of these like interesting things, like the way he uses Jarvis and all of those things. I don't know. For me, Iron Man is for me the best one. But my question is Iron Man actually a superhero? Because he doesn't have... I mean, this was not my question. This is a question from the silent fact checker. Is Iron Man actually a superhero? Thor has powers. Captain America has super strength and whatever, can heal and doesn't age.
Superhuman.
Yeah, superhuman. So does Iron Man really classify into that category?
Yeah, if you're ending up saving the world, then you're a superhero. Because otherwise you're just human, right?
Yeah.
Like, he does have the money, but he's using that money to give him kind of powers. Like, give him, like, machinery or whatever, equipment to end up saving the world or even dealing with superheroes. So he can battle these guys.
Okay, so would you call him a hero or a superhero?
I would call him a superhero still.
What about you?
My God, that guy is a superhero. I mean, he's similar to Batman. You know, I'm just rich, but I can do these things.
Yeah.
But come on, the technology that he's come up with.
Yeah.
That guy, he created a new element, and that guy is just fantastic, and everything else.
Another thing for Tony Stark is he doesn't have a heart per se.
Oh, you mean literally?
Yeah. So he is pretty much embodied with his own.
The arc reactor.
His own. This thing. What do you say? Technological developments.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's using that to save the world because otherwise he has nothing to live for other than him and Pepper and so.
Oh yeah, Pepper.
So connecting to the next question, okay, which is basically you told me who your favorite superhero is. So would you be, if you were given a choice, Marvel Universe, who would you play? Or who would you be if you were given a choice to be a superhero on screen?
Anyone from the MCU, so like the cinematic universe, or
Yeah.
you mean like Marvel in general?
I would say Marvel in general.
Ooh, there's so
Who
many.
in general?
Yeah.
Who would I be?
Yes.
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
There's no doubt about that.
Really? Why though?
You have awesome claws.
They're just
coming
big
out.
nails.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Remember
no again, no cat songs
Just a
again.
big cat.
No, but yeah, you have these awesome claws. You pretty much have super strength as well, and also re-healing powers.
Yeah, he regenerates. I think
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't age also like Captain America.
He ends up aging later on because of some effects and all
yeah.
that. But I mean, that's regardless of that. Regeneration, claws, and that angry kind of look where you just jump in and just stabbing people. Oh, that would be so cool.
No, he's badass.
Yeah.
Do you think you would make justice to that role though?
Me? Oh no.
Wait, let's take Khalid who always plays. I mean, if you want to take one part of Wolverine, I would say yes, his hair.
Okay.
Khalid is really into his hair, and you know Wolverine is as well.
Yeah.
That part, yes. The anger doesn't really fit. You're never pissed off, ever.
Besides when we talk about the,
Yeah,
the toilet seat.
the toilet seats,
Yeah.
you know, aka stadium. No.
Alright, Jesse.
For me, it would probably be between two people. Obviously, Thor. The guy is badass and just like, with my long hair, but then it had to be cut. I can be like in a Sunsoul Catbird, like if my superhero career ever fails.
Okay.
But I would also be Deadpool.
Ooh,
Deadpool
that's
is
a good choice.
freaking awesome.
That's a good choice.
Personality-wise, I feel like I fit. I'm not much of an asshole. I mean, some people would probably say otherwise.
Well, he becomes more. I mean, he used to be more of an asshole,
Yeah.
but then he became better. So
Define better. to a certain extent, he
is an asshole,
He
yeah.
is an asshole.
Yeah.
But I just love that the whole point that he can't die. Like even when you see in the movie, he gets his legs cut off.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
like baby legs. That'd be annoying, obviously. But no, he's just fantastic. The personality I feel like is really really fun. He has freaking swords and guns. So definite badass.
For me, I would be Magneto.
ooh, he is badass.
Because he is like one of the really most powerful X-Men there is. And he's also smart. So he knows how to manipulate people, manipulate things, change the situation. I think Magneto for me.
Okay, these are all heroes who do not exist in the MCU.
MCU.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we should, I think, sticking to the topic, who would be
In the MCU.
in the
Alright.
MCU?
Or I can give it easily. It's Iron Man for me.
For me, it's Spider-Man. Just because
Ooh.
I would fit the
His
personality.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god,
So,
yes.
yeah.
I see
You
that.
firstly, you look like you're still in high school. So in a good way. I'm not saying you look
thanks,
like
man.
yeah, like you have a youthful face.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Some flirtation on the podcast. No. Even like the funny little moments where
Yeah.
it's like the wit also
Yeah.
comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you said Thor, so it fits in.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that just so I don't repeat the answer that many times. But no, I love Thor. He's my baby.
I think you fit him well. Also, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Thanks, man.
Okay. The question is, if you were to create a superhero,
Oh god.
all right, you have the opportunity to do that.
Hmm.
What would be the name, her name, and what powers would
Her
that-
name.
I don't know what fantasies you
It's
get.
not gender specific hero. I want to be a potato.
There's one ideal hero.
Okay.
So there was a TV show called Heroes, which used to come on NBC before.
Yeah.
So there's someone called Peter Petrelli on that.
Yes.
I think that's the ideal superhero. So he can absorb powers and he can pretty much grow from there. And he was such a cool, like he was just a down-to-earth guy with all these powers and all. And he knew how to control them to some extent. And then the show just got messy. But then I think that's the ideal thing. Like you can just absorb the power and then you kind of keep having multiple powers just because of that.
That's
So
crazy.
I got a name for that. You can call it the sucker.
I suck up everything. It's like a vacuum, man.
I don't think anyone would want you to turn up at a crime scene.
Like, what was this? The sucker. Dun, dun, dun. He sucked another victim.
What are you doing? I'm sucking him off.
Stop sucking him off. He's one of us.
There are kids around here. No, you don't get it.
It's
I'm
I'm sucking. I'm sucking, not sucking.
And the sucker saves the day.
Like,
Ew. Sorry for the sound effects.
Jesse, what about you?
Wait. I think Khaled wanted to defend something.
like imagine the headlines, and he sucks another one.
Another victim gets sucked off. Oh god.
I can see Valence is crying right now. Like there are literally tears in his eyes.
Oh man. I don't think anyone can beat the sucker anymore. I'm not sure. What would I be? Like the blower? I'm not sure. Black hole, you know, just like Uranus. I'm not sure. I don't know. I usually like telekinesis, which is badass. The ability to move things with your mind. And then, of course, flight, super strength. Basically describing Thor, other than telekinesis. Everything revolves around that little asshole. But I don't know. Like, although I wouldn't want a freaking hammer. That just feels like extra effort. Like I just want a fist and like lightning. I don't want like a hammer, my hands, my legs. Like,
But the hammer defines them.
no.
Yeah.
As Odin said, the hammer was to give you the strength that you already had.
Yeah, but then it kind of defines him. Like without the
Ah,
hammer,
yeah,
he feels
yeah.
like naked.
Isn't
And he
there-
also can't fly without it.
we had a whole list of movies from MCU coming out, and we have got the next one, which is coming out, the Endgame.
Yeah.
Which of these movies that have been released so far is your favorite?
Ooh. So only from the MCU.
Yes.
From the 20 movie list. Wait, is it only like top one or like...
Your best movie that's out of these. Like it started with Iron Man, and then we are now moving towards Endgame.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously Endgame's coming out in a week or two, but leaving that aside, which would be the best one?
I think as a movie, Iron Man was the best. It started with a bang. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, it started with a bang. It had a very good story arc and everything. Even Captain America, the first movie, the first Avenger,
Oh, yeah.
even that's a really good movie. Like it had a very good first half where you see him with his difficulties and then how he kind of becomes a superhero. And then since that point itself, he's trying to like fight for the right reasons, destroy Hydra and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's quite an interesting arc. Everything else has good parts, but they weren't the best you could say. I think the closest contestant would be like maybe
Say it, baby. Say it.
Infinity War. It has to be Infinity War.
Infinity War is which part of the Avengers?
It's the last movie which came
The
out.
last Avengers movie,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think that had a very good storyline. We all knew like okay, Thanos is there, but we didn't know what consequences are gonna be there. Like the ending kind of like literally left us all in shock.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we are all building up to this moment.
What about you, Jesse?
Okay, so obviously it's gonna be Thor Ragnarok. No, but I'll explain why. And I'll say what another movie just so I don't seem like Thor above. The reason is, out of all the Thor movies, it was the most defining one where he lost his hammer, even though he's not supposed to. And he actually focused on gaining more powers, and he defeated Hela and all of that. And the whole story around Asgard being destroyed, and it really defined him as a leader, defined him as like he became more like in the first 2 Thor movies, he was just always angry. He wasn't really fit to be king or a leader.
He developed more as a
yeah,
hero.
like
or
he
a
just
character.
wanted to fight.
Yeah,
but now he actually fights for a purpose.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Other than that, Spider-Man. Come on. That guy's
Ooh.
beautiful, man.
No, but as a movie, I thought Homecoming was okay. It didn't
Really?
have much. Yeah, it didn't affect me in any way. I still think the earlier Spider-Man movies, the 2001,
We're better?
the first one was much better than this one.
Oh, yeah. But I'm not a fan of Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be a fan of Tobey
He
Maguire
was too
after the
feminine.
third one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the first one was like just something, an eye-opener, you know,
Yeah,
in this kind of an industry.
No, but Iron Man and Captain America were the most defining, I
Yeah,
feel.
easily.
Everyone else was like, okay.
Also for Thor Ragnarok, the only issue I had is he developed as a character very well, but it didn't. It was more independent to the universe,
Yeah.
which was a good thing and a bad thing. As in, like, I thought there would be some kind of connectivity, but there was none.
No, not really.
Yeah, but I mean, as a character, it developed him much better.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
For me, I think it was the first Avengers movie that came out. The reason for that, I'm a big fan of Iron Man. I like Iron Man a lot. But I feel the first Avengers movie that came out, it was all of your superheroes on screen
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah.
And that blew me away. Like, it's amazing to find comics in movies. Like, it was something different. For me, that's the most favorite one that I have.
Oh, yeah.
For me, the only thing with the Avengers movie was there were 2 issues. One was Cap's suit. If you see, it's a very tight rubber
Yes.
suit, which looks so funny. I've
Yeah.
seen that movie so many times, and every time I just see that suit, I'm like, why is that there?
Metro.
Yeah, and then Hulk also. They changed Hulk at that time.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
before there was someone
yeah.
else,
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton was
Yeah.
playing it, and then they changed it to Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect that change. So I was still like with the mindset that Edward Norton.
Yeah.
So I mean, Hulk in that movie was really good, but it was like, okay, something's changed. It doesn't feel right, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And the only other issue I had with the first Avengers movie was Scarlett Johansson.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, yeah. Her character was dealing with aliens with a pistol, which was
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like I know people were giving shit to Hawkeye. Like, okay, at least he has arrows and he's aiming right to like the
He
head.
has like bombs on them. He has
Yeah.
like so many.
Exactly,
different
she has a
things.
pistol. Like
She'll run out of bullets.
exactly.
How
like,
much can she fit on that latex suit? Like, come on, where did she hide them? And, like,
But I don't think so. She was there to fight the aliens or pistols. She was there for another reason.
booty.
No, actually, the Incredible Hulk movie, I liked it. It was a good movie. It was a different way of saying a superhero story because it was always on the move and there was so much happening at one time. But I think in the long run, it would be more, again, independent, like how Ragnarok was.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be connecting to the universe.
Did you hear about how Mark Ruffalo got chosen?
No.
It was the day before the announcement. It was literally the Marvel cast called him. No, his agent called him and it was like, look, you're either going to receive a call tomorrow at 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. saying that you got the part. If you didn't receive a call, that means you weren't chosen. And obviously, if you got the part, you'll find the limousine outside that will take you to the announcement.
Oh wow.
So literally, he woke up, they called him, and he went down to the thing. So until the last moment, he didn't even know.
The thing is, oh god.
You look like you're not a fan of Mark Ruffalo.
I'm not a fan. Like, he's very, like, I've never been a fan of him. That's a problem.
What?
Yeah, like any of his movies.
I love him.
Always been in and out. But then when he's the Hulk, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's okay now.
I think he's the best Hulk.
Yes.
But what's his character's name?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, yeah.
Yeah.
As Bruce Banner, I think he's okay. Like, he doesn't add much. But that's the thing in comics. It's in the end, it's Hulk. It's not Bruce.
Yeah.
It's not like how it's Batman and Bruce. In this, it's just Hulk.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, my next question to you guys is we've talked about your favorite characters. You've talked about what strengths you have. Who is your least MCU character that you hate or you don't like?
I mean, there's so many. No, really, there is.
We're talking about the universe, yeah?
Vision.
Yeah, I can
He's
see
not
that.
my least favorite,
Okay.
but I have to say that guy turned out to be completely useless, even though he has an Infinity Stone. And that guy is just like, I love Scarlet Witch, and then he just like fucks off for the whole movie. And then it's like, you have an Infinity Stone, what? What? Somewhere in Belgium or somewhere with Scarlet Witch. Yeah,
Doing it.
Doing it. It's like, yeah. I was a robot once upon a time, but now I'm apparently human as well. So let's get it on. Yeah, I know it's not the character, but the way they made it, is just it killed him for me, literally as well.
For me, maybe around 2 or 3. So I would say first would be Hawkeye, because I mean, they introduced him as a side character too early on. Like, I think when you're running out of ideas, you can include someone like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had so many other heroes to choose from, and they ended up with Hawkeye in the first Avengers, which is like, what? Like, why would you want to do that, especially when you have aliens coming in and stuff like that?
Well, you have Black Widow as well, so two Avengers are quite useless.
Black Widow was my second person because I still find her quite useless. Civil War, she ruins everything. She ends up having War Machine injured. And then she blames everyone, like, oh, you didn't do this, you started this fight, but it's you bitch! You were on one side and then you betrayed them, and you're just like,
it was your booty that everyone fought for it.
Yeah, but I mean, she ruined Civil War for me, I feel. Whoa. And even the first Avengers movie, like, I think she was just best in the Iron Man. I think she was there in the second one. She was really good there, but then Civil War, she ruined that for me, and then even the first Avengers. And then the last person I would say is Bucky.
Bucky?
Yeah, because Cap always goes after Bucky. Always goes after Bucky.
Bucky!
Exactly! I mean,
swimming, drowning Bucky!
The world is gonna end Bucky!
Yeah, like, look, I understand best friends, but fuck that!
Exactly, grow up, man.
Yeah, man, you don't need that little piece of shit.
Yeah, he was trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And not only once, so many times.
He's my best friend, Bucky!
Yeah, like I think I can see why these characters are so important. I mean, not the first two.
Yeah.
But I can see why Bucky is so important.
Yeah.
But then that's in the future. Yeah. But then they've made him so annoying for me that every time he's on screen, I'm like, oh, not again. Like, just because he's gonna ruin it.
My thing is also with Bucky, like with not Scarlet Witch, with Black Widow and so on, he doesn't have any powers. He just holds a gun and he has a metal arm, which isn't really that strong. Spider-Man blocked it easily.
Yeah, no, that's what. Like in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not talk about that. But in the future, he's very important.
But is he right now? He can stay for now, but yeah.
Vance, what about you?
I think it would be Hawkeye for me, because I just feel
poor guy.
I mean, just taking the actor for example, he's done really good movies, and then when you see him in when you see him in that role, it's like, this guy's a waste. You could put anybody in that role.
Exactly.
My thing is, he's such a good actor. Why use him for such a small role?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like when you run out of ideas and you're like, who can I include in this kind of a like superhero feast?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put Hawkeye. Like,
freaking use the janitor if you want. Yeah. Just don't waste him.
Because I feel he's wasted. Like, he's such a strong actor. His role, I mean, the only good thing about him is he provides his house to the rest of them to hide. Oh, come hide at my farm or whatever.
And the funny thing is, that was the worst movie in the MCU.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah. That sucked, man.
So, I don't like.
Not like a sucker, but yeah. Nobody can suck like he does.
Alright, what were your thoughts about the last Avenger movie that came out?
So beautiful.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
I think so sad.
For
a good reason.
It was shocking. Like, you come out of a movie and you don't expect something like that to happen, and that was exactly what it was. I mean, there was so much going on. Like the first, it just started off with Loki dying off, and then you just had
Heimdall die, Hulk get beaten by Thanos.
Yeah, and then also like people had a plan which never worked out, which always works out in superhero movies, and then Thanos ends up winning.
Yeah.
So I mean, you were just left surprised. Like you knew something good will end up happening because it's a superhero movie, but then they ended up having the villain win, which makes the next movie very interesting.
So what's your thoughts on it? Like the way they've ended the movie, do you think this is in a parallel universe? There's going to be some backstory? Like so many characters have been killed off. Is it really going to be that way, that they're killed off?
No, definitely no. I mean, I read a lot of things about like Marvel, like the theories that are coming, especially from like, when people watch the trailers, they spot like all of these small details. Definitely some theories are like they're going to go back in time and reverse it. There's the quantum realm with Ant-Man, because he was trapped in the quantum realm and somehow got out. So he probably has a huge part to play in the next one.
Okay, that's my next question. Like, what do you think of what's going to happen in Endgame?
That just what Jesse said, Quantum Realm. Just because I think that movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, is underrated in the sense that how much it's adding to this universe, because you can literally time travel now. Like, there were so many parts where they did mention that you can actually time travel, or you're gonna affect the universe in one way or another. Like, all the Infinity Stones are gone now. So I mean, this is the only way out for them. And Ant-Man was out of this, so he doesn't know what's happening anyways. So his involvement would be quite a lot now.
Yeah, everyone looks pissed as well.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel was introduced, sadly.
Yeah. No, I think she is also going to be a huge character just because of her strength. Like, she'll be able to fight off, and she's gonna team up with Thor. So.
Yeah, you saw that? It's
Yeah.
like, and Thor. And then it's like, I like this one. I was like, yeah, man. I'm not a fan of the character. I mean, her,
The cast.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
They could have chosen so many people who have like such a good leading role.
No, the thing is, she's a very good actress, but I think she didn't live up to what she was meant to do.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be good with the team, but as an individual, she was not that great.
Yeah, I don't want to judge too soon. But
What did
let's
you
see.
guys think about the movie, though, Captain Marvel?
It was a disappointment. Like, I expected so much more. Like, I just think it didn't. I mean, it was a filler movie for me. Like, it kind of gave an introduction to the character, but even if I didn't have a backstory to the character going into this movie, I would be fine because I would expect something coming in the future. But then, yeah, it was a filler movie for me.
Like, for me as well, I didn't watch a bit of the Marvel movies in between. Like, that's the reason we're doing the podcast in a way. But when I watched Captain Marvel, there was like parts of it where I actually went to sleep in the theater. Really. So it really didn't, like, when I was just comparing it to Iron Man when it first started out. That was intriguing. Like, there's something happening constantly. There's development in the character, in the technology, in like the whole storyline. In Captain Marvel, it's like various timelines. They're going back and forth, and it's just a simple concept explained very in a difficult way for me. Like how she gets her power and what happens and all. So, I mean, in the end, it was like, I don't know, I didn't enjoy it that much for me.
For the new leader of the Avengers, it was a really big disappointment.
Exactly. Like, they don't really show her as a strong character at all.
Yeah.
So
They
how
show
can you
very-
lead
How
her?
can you replace, like, as a character,
Yeah.
Iron Man or Captain America as leaders already of the Avengers? You bring in Captain Marvel, it doesn't really work. She has to be stronger, not physically, but as a presence.
No, she was very conflicted. Maybe it's how they want to show the character, but then at the end of the day, it's supposed to be someone who's very assertive, which again is the complete opposite of what it should happen.
Yeah.
But then if you see in the end credit scene where she does turn up and she like wears Fury,
Yeah.
and she looks like how she should be, you know, because otherwise she just looked like someone. I think they wanted to make a feminine Thor. Like, literally, that's all I could think of. They wanted to make a feminine Thor,
Yeah.
and they kind of missed that. But yeah, I mean, we'll just come to know in the next movie.
All right. Before we move to the last part of this, according to you, we touched this just a bit now. Who should be the leader of the Avengers? Your thoughts, not what happens in the movie. Some people feel that Iron Man has a strong personality. He supports a lot. A lot of people look at Captain America as the leader. Who, according to you, should be the leader of the Avengers?
I think always since the first movie, it's been a shared responsibility to some extent, Cap and Iron Man. But then going forward, like, I don't think they're gonna renew their contracts or whatever. But then going forward, like, there are some people, like, I would say Doctor Strange is a really good shot. He is a very good, as in, like, character himself.
Yeah.
Like, as a doctor, he's very good, but as a superhero also, he's really good.
Yeah.
He makes some good decisions and stuff. And he's very smart in that way. But then currently, I think Cap and Iron Man shared responsibilities, shared kind of. I know they have their conflicts and their ideologies, but then as leaders, I think they're really good.
The whole shared response thing, I would say Captain America. Like how you said, he always does the right thing. Sometimes it is a lot with feelings and so on.
Bucky.
Screw Bucky.
Yeah.
But think of Iron Man. Even though his head is in the right place and he wants to save and blah blah blah, but I feel like not sometimes.
He's
a
too
lot of times,
impulsive.
He's way too impulsive.
That's true. But
and you have to be liked by the team. Not many like him as well.
exactly. But I mean, another thing I would add is, like, for example, he got in Peter Parker very early. You know?
Very early,
So
yeah.
I mean, but I think it was also like a egoistic thing. Like
Yeah.
I have someone, I'm playing a trump card already, and it's like when you're playing a game of poker, you play in the first round itself.
Yeah.
When you should keep it for a last round or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was his mistake, but it also helped him in one way.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, at the end of the day,
I mean, he brought him into Infinity War, and then eventually, like, poor guy. But no, as a leader, I completely agree. I feel like Doctor Strange is so calculated, so smart.
yeah,
Emotion-wise, I mean, from the movie, he grew up a lot. I mean, his individual movie, but I feel like he's very neutral. So he's not
Yeah.
very impulsive.
exactly.
Doesn't have, like, family or friends. I mean, for a good reason. Like, he doesn't have that
Bonds.
emotional bond where
Yeah.
it would lead him to make the wrong decisions. So
Yeah.
he would be a very good leader.
Yeah, going forward, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ali?
I actually forgot what the question was.
Who would be a good leader?
Wait, I asked it, but fuck this.
I do side with Iron Man a lot, especially till the movies that I've watched. So I've not watched a lot of the later movies, so I don't really know from what you guys are talking about. But I just feel Captain America is too stuck up in his own ways, and he has this ideologistic measure that he lives by,
Yeah.
which is not always practical. And I feel a lot of the conflict does arise from Captain America's thought and approach of doing
That's
it.
true. That's
Because he is somebody who's coming out from the 50s or whatever, from whichever era he is, and then he's not really understanding what's happening
current
in the
world.
current world.
Yeah.
So he's catching up. So I don't blame him, but he's catching up, and he's with that old school moral
Yeah.
kind of book. Whereas the world has changed, and not every like a lot of things happen. And Iron Man, the reason I like him as a leader because his father was a strong character, so he's
Yeah.
seen all these things happening from a young age. He's dealt with it, being kind of backstabbed when he was, running his company, like being thrown out. So I feel he does have quite a good leadership skill. And then adding to what you said, he brings in Spider-Man. He brings in a lot of characters, which Captain America only brings
Black
Bucky
Panther. Black Panther also.
and Black Panther.
Yeah, Black
And
Panther, come on.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man. I
Yeah.
mean, Ant-Man, come on. One of the best Avengers. man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
just moving on from
Yeah.
there, I don't think we touched on this, but then what do you think of Thanos as a character? I mean, he's
Amazing.
yeah, like he's played such a big role in this universe because I think other than a couple of villains, he's obviously the standout.
Yes, definitely. The thing with Thanos is obviously you think of him as an asshole throughout the whole movie, but when you see his relationship with Gamora
Yeah.
is amazing. When he had to sacrifice her for the Soul Stone, you see like he actually shed the tear, and then
Yeah.
even she was surprised that he actually cared, that he had to sacrifice something he loved. And then at the end, when Gamora was a little kid and he had like this premonition where it was it worth it? What did you lose? And then it was like everything. And
Yeah.
it made you really feel bad and emotional for a villain who just wiped out half of the earth. I mean, the universe. But it was really, really good. His voice, his acting, like even the emotional play on characters was amazing. His respect for Tony Stark when he killed him was amazing.
Yeah.
I really liked him.
No, I mean, another thing I would like to add from there is just his. He sees the world in another way. So he thinks he's saving the world by demolishing half of it.
Yeah.
Just because it's worked before in some sense.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's like overusing resources and blah blah blah. But then at the end of the day, his vision of saving the world is right in some extent.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't want to relate to these heroes because he knows that if his ideology changes, then it's on him at the end of the day. And he
Yeah.
also wants to end up becoming one of the gods. So,
Yeah.
the new gods. So yeah, I mean, it does play a way.
What do you think's up next for the MCU once Endgame's done? A lot of these characters or actors are leaving or not renewing their contracts. What do you think is going to happen? Where do they take it from here?
Cosmos. They're going to go to outer space, man. They're gonna introduce the elementals. They're probably, after Thanos, they need a bigger, badder villain, so they'll probably bring like Galactus, and they can go out and out. Like even with Captain Marvel being from like outer space, they're just gonna keep going more and more expansive.
Yeah. I think that's one of the directions they can go. I also think they should take a break. I know this is like very contradicting, especially coming from someone who loves comic book movies and has been following since the start. But I think they need to take a break because there's a fatigue which is going on in the industry right now. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I go with my friends and we end up watching all superhero movies. We end up going for like 1 or 2, maybe 3 movies in the year which are not superhero movies. So you can imagine. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot coming back and forth. So there's kind of a fatigue in the sense that ideas are kind of again coming in the same movie in a different way or so. But then I think they need to take a break and then maybe make you want these heroes back and then go to these new directions.
Yeah, like trailers, like just here and there, maybe over the next year, like after what is it, Endgame and then Far From Home, and then they need to take a break so that they can revive that enthusiasm for the movies.
Exactly, yeah.
On that note, let's us take a break and we'll join back in part 2. And we are back with part 2 of this podcast. We're going to quickly slip into our favorite segments. The first one coming up is social media question. Over to you, Jesse.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, first question. What is your spirit animal and why? Spirit animal. So an animal that you can relate to.
But that's such a... I mean, that's a question I never expected.
I
were you expecting a question with shit?
I would say...
I was hoping for it. I'm always prepared for that.
I always love it.
I would say jaguar.
Jaguar.
Why?
Yeah.
It looks so majestic. It's a beast.
So how's that your spirit animal?
I don't
Spirit
know,
animal is something you relate to.
Yeah, I relate to it.
You think you look majestic.
I feel I'm majestic.
What kind of ego do you have?
Man. No way.
That's more like it.
I would say you're a panda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who came up with that.
Yeah. Thanks for the silent fact checker for telling that I'm a
I
panda.
think I would be a penguin.
Oh, I love penguins.
Yeah,
Why?
everyone loves penguins. That's why.
Not
But why do you
really.
relate with them though?
I think it's.
I think penguins suck.
You're like the only person on the world who think penguins
Yeah.
suck.
I think
Dude, they can't even walk straight, man.
Because
Whoa.
they're adorable.
Whoa! Don't question our walking skills again.
Don't diss God's creation, okay?
No, but seriously, penguins just because of the fact that they move when they really have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would just stay in that place. I mean,
Ah.
usually other animals they always migrate and stuff. Penguins tend to be very loyal to like their kind of community in some extent. I think I'm that kind of a
But
person.
penguins, I think, is the only. Were you telling us that they're the only species that commit suicide more frequently?
Yeah, they commit suicide.
Yeah.
You know, they only mate with one person. Like,
Yeah.
they'll find the shiniest stone and give it to another penguin. Ooh,
Yeah.
I got you some
They're
marbles.
suicidal, dude.
Yeah, poor penguins. Imagine something that cute being suicidal.
Yeah, I mean, life's tough, guys. Jesse, what about you?
What the hell? A giraffe.
A giraffe?
It's the easiest
Wait,
answer to go
just
to.
because you're
Just
tall.
because I'm tall.
You're not that tall, okay?
Yeah.
You're not Shaquille O'Neal tall.
I don't want to be Shaquille O'Neal. Man, that guy has to bend everywhere. Shazam! Finding little kids acting in really bad movies. No, realistically, what the hell would I be? Not a koala. I'm not lazy. I mean, I'm active when I have to be.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a people person, so I think lion. Like even though
No, I
they're in
would-
packs, they're like eh.
Then what about bear?
Yeah, I think a bear would fit you very well.
Thanks, guys. Like a black bear.
No, just a bear.
Just a bear. A
Oh,
guy who
bear.
hibernates and then
All
comes out
bears
when...
hibernate.
You'd be like Balu in the jungle. The jungle book.
With the bare necessities.
I wonder who's Mowgli then.
Well, I'm just gonna say Mowgli. Yeah. Wait,
he-
and he's the
he's-
jaguar.
Yeah, he's cheetah.
Ah, what's his name? The jaguar?
What's
No,
his
he's a
name?
panther, not a jaguar.
Yeah, he's a
Black Panther.
Yeah,
Ah.
you could be the panther.
Wakanda.
You can be the kid.
Wait, the panther is female in that movie.
But
Bagheera.
Bagheera.
what'd you call me?
Bagheera.
I call you a bug.
Oh, you era. No, but yeah, I think I'd probably relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. We have another question for us.
Yes, sir. So, if you could win any award for anything, what do you think it would be for?
Most hours slept by a 24-year-old.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've seen more.
I think I would have
I've
beat you
slept
like...
today for 15 hours. So.
15.
Dude, there are days where I sleep for 24 hours.
No, that's not possible.
It
by
is
human.
possible.
There's
That's
a
not
day?
human.
You can
No.
speak to my mom.
My highest
no.
is 20.
I've slept for a whole day, yeah. I think I've slept
You
for a whole
can't sleep for 24 hours.
No, but I haven't slept for two
Man,
days.
15
that's
hours
all.
is what I do
No,
on a Thursday to
this
Friday,
was today,
man.
I'm saying. This
Damn,
is
you
today.
guys are freaking lazy.
No,
I thought
it's
I
not
was
lazy.
bad. 15 hours one day. All I get is like 6 hours.
On average, during the weekend I can sleep for 10 to 12 hours on average.
Now I can see why you're.
15 hours is nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a big
No,
stretch.
so that's what I'm saying for today. My highest was 20. I think that's
so
a
you
good
want an
number.
award for that? No,
Yeah.
man,
You
come
guys are competing for a really bad award. Like, can't you be like a little good towards yourselves? Like, oh, I would win an award for being a good deed giver. Like, you know. I was gonna say best gift giver.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Really? What gift have you
Man,
received
there's
from
guys
him?
like it. I've never received.
I've
This
given
is
you Cheetos, okay?
yeah, that's.
Oh, I got
No,
nice
No, but
I've
my-
given you nice chips.
Yeah, they're really nice.
No, but like he like overthinks like presents and like for this person I'll get
Yeah.
this, and so I would expect that's like the most realistic award he would win.
So let's do that. You decided he's the best.
Oh, then for
gift
each other.
Yeah.
Mm.
No,
What do you think
definitely
about,
best
Jasper?
gifts.
I think Jocelyn has like the most.
Swear words.
No, like how do you say engaging? Like everywhere you go, he'd want to talk to you. Like you know,
You mean he'd want to talk to you? People would want to talk to him.
or most personality. Does that make sense?
I'm not sure if it's the right word.
I'm pretty sure it would be somewhere along.
It's
those
a compliment,
lines.
so thank you. But I'm not sure what it lies.
No, like I mean, if you go to any place, you'd end up having a conversation. Yeah, people's person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, silent fact checker. So the award to Jasper would
I had
be
something so different.
people person.
Fat fucker. Guys, I'm so sorry, everyone here. I have really bad hearing, and obviously you guys know the story of my hearing loss. But
So worst hearing award. would be
Worst
considered.
hearing award.
thanks.
And
Oh,
the best people person
And
award.
for
now,
Jesse.
so
Sorry for
so
Val.
Valley. So you're best gift
giver.
giver, man. I wish. I wish.
Most
I had that.
inviting. Like
That's a
literally,
nice one.
he'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do this, we can do that.
Even though I'm not a people person, but wow.
Yeah.
Even though that was definitely contradictory. Now we should do Valley. But that sounds weird. Let's let's give Valley the award of what he would win. Ooh, this is a tough one.
So you guys are saying I'm not good at that.
That's a compliment, right? That's an award. Not good at
That's an
anything award.
Not giving anything award. No, I'm trying to think like what's the one thing that stands out.
I would say like you know how there's someone like who always builds up stuff.
Or like hype?
Yeah,
Like a hype man?
Hype man award.
Oh my god,
Definitely.
yes!
Definitely.
Valley definitely is a hype man. Like he'll hype something up so well.
And then you're like, yeah, we should do this. and then like at the end of the day, he'll be like, sorry guys, my phone is switched off.
I wonder when this happened. He would be a good MC.
Moving on to Khaled for the most favorite and most awaited segment of our show.
Alright.
Would you rather?
Right, so for Would You Rather for this week, I'm going to stick to our main topic, which is MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man with a cheap suit, or be an Avenger and fight Thanos in another planet with the Iron Spider suit? The Iron Spider suit is from the Infinity War movie.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So, would you rather have a cheap suit and be Spider-Man in, let's say, Brooklyn or Queens, and or would you rather fight Thanos in another planet?
I would take the first one. I would wear a cheap suit and fight in Brooklyn because you know what? That's my hood, man. I would be there.
That's my hood.
You know, I'll be taking care of my people.
Challenge yourself, man.
I don't want to challenge myself. I'll be man. Somebody's like falling off the balcony. Oh, Spider-Man!
That's how people fall. He's nowhere to be seen. Spider-Man!
Rather than fighting somebody who I'm quite sure I'm not going to be able to defeat that easily.
Poor
I'm going to get
Filipino.
bruised. My pretty face is going to get damaged. Just go and do the regular stuff, man.
Have you seen the Iron Suit though?
Oh, I would love to.
I haven't
I
actually.
would love, like it has the extra legs and
Extra
I would
legs.
fight Thanos
You know,
every day.
if you wear that, you would feel majestic.
Yes. Have you
Not-
seen like also the colors? Ooh.
Not the Jaguar car. this is gonna change your life.
What about you guys?
Yeah, I would definitely fight Thanos on some planet with the Iron Suit.
Yeah, same here. I think it's like a challenge, but also Thanos is like a big bad villain. You know, like when you play games, you don't want to play the easy villains. You want to go all the way.
Yeah.
To
You have another one for
I
us?
have another one.
Yeah,
so
let's go for it.
Would you rather own Thor's hammer or the Black Panther suit?
Black Panther suit.
Yeah, it's made of vibranium, which
Ooh.
is Captain
Yeah.
America.
If somebody punches you can store that power
yeah,
and
then
Ooh.
and then you can pretty much like get like these.
I would
boosts and
I
stuff.
would go for the suit and I'm jumping the question, answering here quickly. I'll go for the suit. The reason why is because I don't want to be roaming with a hammer all day, man. Let's say I'm like just strolling with my friends and Thanos comes up behind. Oh shit! My hammer's at home!
No, but then you just reach for
Yeah, and it will come. Just be like, just give me
Yeah.
a minute.
So by the time he's coming to you,
It's pretty fast.
it takes a lot. No, but Thanos is in front of you. You got the suit on. He hits you. He punches you. He does something. It stores into your suit, and then you can attack him back.
Fair
which
enough.
means your suit is now more powerful than your hammer.
But how useful was Black Panther against like even those?
He was not
grunts?
tested.
Yes, he was.
No,
that's,
he wasn't.
that's true to some
He
extent.
was overrun by those little creatures getting into the barrier.
Yeah, I think he didn't get to fight against
Yeah,
Thanos,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you didn't really see him. But yeah, I mean,
That would have been nice.
what about you, Jesse?
Come on. I mean, the love for Thor alone. No, but come on. Odin said, if whoever shall possess his hammer will get all of his powers.
Yeah.
Why the
But-
fuck not would I get? But I have to be worthy.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be worthy.
I am worthy.
Okay.
I am Odin's son.
Yeah, for me it's the suit. As
I
well.
carry a hammer with me at all times anyway, so I'm used to it.
Nah, that's too much.
No, because if like if there's like somebody who needs like a nail to be, hammered into a wall, I'm always prepared.
What would you do, Kyle?
Yeah, for me it's the suit.
Yeah.
Hands down. Yeah, I love the suit.
Yeah.
The suit is badass.
Oh, it's so bad. It's
Yeah.
like,
But you have to wear that stupid necklace all the time.
I don't care. I look cool. I'd kill it all.
Really?
Yeah.
Khaled, come on. Come on.
I didn't think I've ever worn a necklace in my life.
Who can pull it off other than him though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wakanda for life.
Okay. We're going to quickly move into the final segment of this show, which is the quiz. Alright, you guys claim to be big Marvel fans, Marvel
Kinda.
Cinematic
I
Universe.
don't.
Now, come on,
claim.
I mean,
we
you
talk
should-
about it a lot.
Yeah,
but
that's it, yeah.
wait.
we're just like nerdy.
don't try to downplay it now just because the quiz is up.
We go home, research it every day.
We're going to do a first answer. Whoever answers the question first gets the point. If you answer the question right, you get 2 points. When I ask the question, you're not going to get any options. So it's not multiple choice. And if you do say,
Oh.
that I need the options,
Then
Then
need
it's 1
half
point.
then it's 1 point. So you get 2 points. If I don't give you any options and you get the right answer, you get 2 points straight away. If I give you the options, which you should request, and you get the right answer, you get 1 point. But after you have asked me to give you the options and you still get the wrong answer, you lose 1 point. Whoever raises their hand up first gets to answer.
Oh,
Damn
come on,
it.
man. We need.
Are you guys ready?
As ever.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right.
So enthusiastic.
The first question: what year was the first Iron Man
2008.
movie released?
2008.
2008. Yeah.
Okay, Khalid gets it. 2
think-
points to Khalid.
This is gonna be another space game story.
Next question: which Avenger does Thor team up with in the movie Thor Ragnarok?
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah. I raised my hand.
For this question, I'm gonna give each of you 1 point.
Oh no.
So
no,
Khalid
no.
gets 1 point.
Woo.
Jesse gets 1 point.
I
The
was-
rule from now on is you need after I have read the entire question, raise your hand, and when I point to you, that's when you answer.
Okay.
The first person to raise the hand gets to
Sounds
answer.
like a dad.
Okay.
I am. In which fictional country is Black Panther set?
Wakanda.
Okay, 2 points to Jesse. In which film did Black Widow first appear?
Iron Man 2.
2 points to Khalid. In which film did Hawkeye first appear?
Avengers.
Yeah, man.
Wrong. Thor.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
0
yeah,
points
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Next question. In which film did Spider-Man make his first appearance in the MCU?
Civil War.
Alright, 2 points to...
Colin.
Yep.
You forgot his
Why
name?
am I forgetting his name? Okay.
Who is this guy?
Next question. What is the Falcon's real name? You can ask...
Yeah, I'll go with options.
Options.
you want options. So
Options.
Jesse said first. Your options are Sam Wilson, Elijah Bradley, Alexander Pierce.
Sam Wilson.
It's Sam Wilson.
Alright, 2 points to... No, 1 point,
One?
sorry,
Yeah.
to Jesse. This is a 2-part question, so you get 1 point for each part of it.
Okay.
What is the name of Tony Stark's AI assistant who becomes... Put your hands down. Who becomes the basis of the Vision? So the first part is who, and you need to tell me the next part of the question. I'll ask you later.
What? Jarvis. Yeah.
That's a Java source.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 point.
Woo,
The
the question fucking.
The second
threw me off.
point, so the second part of the question is, can you tell me what's the abbreviation stand for? Who's going to answer it? Put your hands up.
Option.
Options.
No options with
He
this.
doesn't know the abbreviation.
No, cause it's a really funny one. Like just another blah 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 blah. But
Anyone wants to attempt? There's no options for this question.
no, then
pass.
both zero. Yeah.
Alright, the answer is just a rather very intelligent system.
That's why. Yeah.
Next question.
How the fuck would do that?
Who is Bucky Barnes better known as?
Winter Soldier.
Next question. The
What about
fictional alien metal gives the Wakandans their power. What is it?
Vibranium.
Alright.
Oh,
that's-
okay. I wasn't
I
sure
was
what the
when
question
he said
was.
the alien power, I was like,
I thought he was gonna ask Ultron, and then I was like, wait, I'm
That-
not sure what the question is.
What is the name of the British agent Captain America teams up with
Peggy.
in World War II?
Peggy.
Full name?
Man, am I her sister?
Oh fuck, I can't remember.
I just said
Peggy.
Peggy.
It starts with P only, I think. No.
P. Oh yeah.
I'm not
All
sure.
right.
I don't want
For the sake of the show, I'm going to give it to Jasser. Peggy Carter is the right
Oh, Carter.
answer.
Carter. Agent Carter.
Agent
Fuck.
Carter. Yeah.
So easy.
I got confused with
Yeah.
Next question. What is the Ant-Man's real name?
Scott Lang.
Yeah.
True. 2 points to Jesse.
I was about to say something else.
All right. All the Guardians of Galaxy fans out there, let's see if you can answer this question as well. What is the song that Baby Groot dances to at the end of the first Guardian of Galaxy movie?
For me, it's options. Yeah.
I said first options.
Okay, he gets first options.
I'm not gonna argue.
I
with
think I'm
that.
gonna get
Obviously, you two
negative.
don't listen.
The first one is Cherry Bomb by the Runaways. The second
Oh,
is
fuck. This is difficult.
These are 80 songs, man.
Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Wait,
Can't
that's
be
his
that.
name.
I Want You Back, the Jackson 5.
I want you back.
Jackson 5. It's Jackson 5.
He answered correct. I Want You Back, Jackson 5.
Jackson 5
Wait.
song is I Want You Back.
The song name is I Want You Back
Woo!
by Jackson
Yeah.
5.
1 point.
1 point for Khalid. Moving on. The next question.
Take one.
Who is Black Panther's sister? Raise your hand.
Oh, it's Sherry.
Yeah.
Sherry.
Is that your final answer?
Options.
Yes. Without
Yes.
options.
Without options, that's
Yeah.
your final answer. You want to go for options?
Yeah.
Alright. The answers are Ramonda, Shuri,
Shuri.
Sharia.
Oh, fuck off.
Nakia.
Shuri.
Shuri. Jesse gets 1
We
point.
were both saying
No, it's yeah, Shuri. Yeah.
Shuriken. No.
Alright, this is another trivia question here again for the guests as well. Who is killed by Loki in the Avengers movie? Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Agent Coulson.
Agent Coulson.
Alright, there's no points here.
Then why did I give a shit?
Alright.
I would have
Shoots
kept
him
my.
with the.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
these are going to be the last few questions I'm going to go.
We're showing him the questions, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
I couldn't see it.
Okay. What is in the first movie, the Iron Man, not including the post credits? Okay, what were Tony Stark's final words?
Options.
I'm Iron Man.
That's it?
2 points.
That's literally the it.
I
It's
am-
Oh, when he
he had
introduced-
the press
oh,
conference
yeah,
and
yeah.
all, right?
I
Yes.
thought that was introduction to
Should I
the
get
second.
one more point for that? No.
Who is the only Marvel comic legend? It's a trick question. Who is the only Marvel comic legend who appears in all of the movies released so
Stanley.
far?
Stanley.
All right. I'll give you all both 1 point each.
Stanley's.
What is the name of Thor's hammer?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
All right.
Yeah.
2 points.
Can we spell it?
Mjollnir.
No, Mjolnir.
That's correct.
What? One
Yeah,
L?
1 L.
2 points to Jesse, 1 point to.
No. Wait. No, don't give extra fucking points just
That was a
because
question.
I have
It
the
was a
spelling
question.
here. It's
Man.
correct.
It was a question.
it was just an extra question.
It was a
Wait,
question.
I answered the trivia correctly. Give me a fucking point for that. you guys and your fucking bullshit, man.
Okay. What is the name of Peter Quill's mother?
Options.
Okay, he's gone for options, so
No.
you're out of this. Margaret, Meredith, Madeline, Matilda.
Oof. Meredith.
True. 1 point.
Oof. I was about to say Madeline.
Which of the following is not on Captain America's to-do list in the Captain America Winter Soldier movie? I'm going to read out the options. You need to raise your hand at the end of the fourth option. Disco, Thai food, Miracle on Ice, moon landing.
Moon landing.
You want to give an answer?
Ice. What was that thing?
Disco on ice.
So the options are disco, Thai food, Miracle on Ice,
Oh,
moon landing.
Thai food.
So you're saying Thai food?
Moon
I said
landing.
moon landing.
Alright, so it's 0 points. It's Miracle on Ice.
Oh, I should have stayed to this.
So what did you say? Thai food? Oh.
Yeah, I meant.
How does, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correct me. How does Yondu control the Yaka arrow?
The whistle.
Oh, yeah.
By whistling.
But that's not. Yeah, that's how he controls it. It's that stupid hawk that
Yeah,
he has.
the
In Ant-Man, Scott Lang is fired from his job by doing what?
Being a criminal.
No, he's fired from his job
ooh,
doing
ooh,
what?
Baskin Robbins. He was selling. Yeah,
I
he
was
was selling
gonna
ice
say
cream.
Baskin Robbins.
Yes.
He said 2 answers though.
You answered before you.
No,
did.
it's Baskin Robbins. He said job.
I said Baskin Robbins.
No, you said being a criminal.
Yeah, then I said.
No.
Then
you
I said.
first being
You
a-
answered after.
I'm going to give it to him because it was his turn to answer.
But he said the wrong answer
It's fine.
first. I waited.
Two
then I
points.
misunderstood the question.
Come on, it's Baskin Robbins.
2
It's so
points.
easy.
2 points.
That's not what he does.
All right, all of you
That's
guys-
how he
He
works.
was serving.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
where he
and then
works.
the guy goes like, "Oh, can I have a sandwich?" And he's like,
That's
"You do
where
know
he
this is where we
works.
serve ice cream, right?"
That's not his job. That's where he works. So that's the place of his establishment.
What's one thing on earth that Pepper Potts is allergic to?
What?
Options.
Options. Okay, so you get
Man,
this
at
question.
least explain the question. What the hell is
What's
allergic?
one thing on earth she's allergic to?
Allergic?
Yeah.
Okay, how am I supposed to know if I didn't understand the
Do
question?
you know the answer?
Do you know the
Man.
answer?
Peas. No. Oh. Peas or pickles.
Okay. You want to answer the question or you want options?
If he's wrong, then I want options.
He's wrong.
Okay, options.
Ah.
Yeah.
Options, okay. Raspberries, strawberries, blueberries,
Fuck.
grapes.
Oh. Options.
This could prove in your advantage now.
Raspberry, strawberries, blueberry, grapes.
Yeah.
Tough. Because if I get it wrong, it's a
Minus
point.
point,
right?
yeah.
I pass.
Wait,
You
can
can't
he
pass, you
it?
have to answer.
Blueberry.
Wrong, minus 1 point. It's strawberries.
Oh.
Wait, but didn't I have a
No,
chance?
no,
Oh.
No, you lost it. Alright, there are 2 more questions
I was
and
gonna
then
answer it,
it's
Tom.
the end of the contest and then we're going to tally the scores and let's see who wins. But before that, I need to tell you what's on stake over here, which I forgot to tell at the start. But obviously you guys know. So whoever wins this is declared the Universal MCU champion. Whoever loses, however, this is really interesting. Whoever loses has to buy one of our podcast listeners 2 tickets. Third Wheel Podcast will give you 2 tickets.
One ticket.
One ticket giveaway.
It's 2 tickets giveaway. One paid by the loser of this contest.
Just make
And then
him
the next by Valley.
Yeah.
Because it's his game.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, yeah. One by the
Deal.
loser,
Deal.
one by Valley.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds awesome.
So you get 2 tickets to the Avengers Endgame movie, which is releasing in April. So
Do you know what date this is?
no, I don't.
26.
Guys, the contest is going to be out on Instagram, so you need to stay tuned to our stories daily. We're going to put out questions out on Instagram. You need to get the right answer across all 5 days. Reply back your answers. Whoever gets all 5 questions correct would win 2 tickets to Endgame, the Avengers movie coming out in theaters near you. One of those tickets is going to be sponsored by the loser of this game, and one of it would be sponsored by the Third Wheel Podcast. Here we go, the last 2 questions.
Shouldn't we tally the score?
In the
before?
post-credit scene of Marvel's The Avenger,
Wait, which
Marvel's the Avenger?
the Avenger movie, the first one.
one? Shawarma.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's right.
No, wait, you didn't finish your question. Stick to the same rules. Then I get 2 points from my other 2 questions.
Which question?
I got 4 points before he finished them. I
raised
answered
my
both.
hand and I answered.
What
Before
type
he
of
finished the
restaurants
question-
are the Avengers
Man,
shown
shawarma suck.
eating at?
Shawarma.
What is the Wi-Fi password Carl Mordo hands to Doctor Strange?
Oh, options.
The options are Doramu, Kamar Taj, Shambhala, Agamotto.
Shambhala.
The fact checker is saying option number
Shambhala.
3, which Jesse answered is correct.
So he gets 1.
And
First one?
Yeah. The
anyway, the answer is
Either way.
Shambhala.
Oh,
So he gets 1 point. We'll be back with telling the scores after this short break. Alright guys, the silent fact checker has just handed over the scoring sheets. The scores are in.
That'd be funny if there's
Guys,
somebody.
what do you think?
I think Jesse's won it.
What do you think?
I would hope that I won, but I feel like he won.
Drum roll, please. And the winner of this quiz, buying 2 tickets
One ticket.
for our Third Wheel Podcast listeners,
Wait, can we get the points first?
is
We already did that.
by 1 point lead.
Ooh.
Just 1 point lead is Jesse.
Yeah!
Jesse wins with 18 points and Khalid with 17. Hope you guys enjoyed this special podcast on the MCU. Do check out the link in our Instagram bio to go to our podcast. Obviously, you can go to Brewing Idea, the Third Wheel Podcast, directly through our website and check out the podcast. We'll soon be out on iTunes and Google Podcasts, and we would like for your support there, so go ahead and subscribe to us. As you know, every Thursday we come out with a new podcast. If you have any comments, suggestions, hit us up on Twitter, on Instagram. Jesse, what's our handle?
TTW Pod. That's TTWPOD on everything.
Khalid, what's our competition this week?
So the competition is every day we're going to be posting a question on our Instagram page. Please do look into our stories. Answer the questions. It'll be 5 questions spread out over a day each. So once you answer all the questions, we will see a tally. We'll see who's answered them all, and that person will win 2 tickets to Avengers Endgame.
Guys, on that note, that's a really good wrap for an interesting, well-debated conversation on the Marvel Universe. Until our next podcast, bye!
Bye.